Hello everyone! When explosives and heavy equipment come into play, things can spiral into total chaos in an instant. Today, you'll see what happens when a building demolition goes completely off the rails. One small mistake is all it takes for the whole thing to turn into a real show. Watch till the end for the most unexpected and nerve-wracking moments.
Nobody got it. I got it. I got the whole thing.
Yeah, he appears fine. He seems okay.
The crew had only a few days to prepare for the demolition. After the partially built Hard Rock Hotel in New Orleans collapsed, officials decided to blow up the cranes to make the site safer. But the operation did not go entirely as planned. One crane ended up hanging from the building, while the other crashed into the street, causing major damage to the sewer lines.
Oh no! He got the whole thing!
Oh. Oh my God.
You okay? Whoa!
No.
Jesus!
Bruce just got paid.
Dude, you got the money shot.
The money shot.
Oh my God.
But is that guy okay? That's my next question. That was not supposed to happen.
Oh, there he is. He's out. Dude.
Before the silo tower was blown up, engineers deliberately weakened parts of the structure to make it fall in a specific direction. But reality turned out to be far more complicated than the calculations on paper, and the tower came down on its own terms.
Yeah, there ain't no stopping it now. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! Oh no! Watch out!
Goddamn dumb.
Dør er imot. Jongen, idioten, zeg alsjeblieft.
The mass demolition of a residential complex looks like something straight out of a blockbuster. And just like in the movies, one lone survivor always makes it through against all odds.
Always.
Once the siren sounds and the final command is given, no one knows exactly what will happen next. This skyscraper in Eindhoven served as Philips' headquarters for many years. When the time came to demolish it, engineers placed about 100 kilograms of dynamite inside. But even that wasn't enough to bring down the reinforced concrete elevator shaft. This epic moment will go down in history. Even the most carefully planned demolition, carried out by the best professionals in the world, still has an element of chaos.
Posso donar bem, amor.
Qué atrevido yo, venga, bueno, que hemos venido a jugar. Ahí va que voy.
Começando a cair, ela já tá tombando já, ó. Tá porra, olha aí,
O bagulho caiu lá de cima.
When you're dealing with structures that are already damaged, calculating the exact center of gravity is incredibly difficult. In such an unstable setup, any movement can be risky, and expensive equipment is usually the first thing to take the hit.
Don't fire me.
At first, it looked like everything was going perfectly, and then suddenly it turned into a complete disaster. No injuries were reported that day, as far as anyone knows, but the planning behind the demolition still seems highly questionable. The final moments of Glasgow's famous Red Road Flats, once the tallest high-rises in Scotland. 4 of the buildings came down exactly as planned, but 2 tower blocks only partially collapsed and were left standing. For the 2,500 residents of nearby neighbourhoods, that created a major problem, as the evacuation lasted far longer than expected. The old concrete proved tougher than engineers had anticipated, and in the end, the remaining structures had to be dismantled using high-reach demolition equipment. When heavy machinery loses its balance, it's no laughing matter. The operator of a large excavator ended up trapped inside the cab, and rescuers had to smash the window to get him out. He was later taken to the hospital, and fortunately, he was not injured. This is what the end of the coal era looks like. The blast wave was so powerful that it knocked down several power line poles and shattered windows in the surrounding area.
刀子掉灰了。走，好，来了，哦，吓死人吧，他。
The court declared this 16-story high-rise an illegal building that had to be torn down. The problem was that its reinforced concrete structure was incredibly tough. The first explosion only smashed the lower levels and left the tower tilted, but it still wouldn't come down. In the end, engineers had to carry out 2 more explosions, and the final one used as much as 400 kilograms of explosive. Old architecture versus urban renewal. This 14-story building in Liverpool survived a second demolition attempt. An implosion brought down its twin, but Montgomery House refused to budge. In the end, it took crews 10 full days and heavy machinery to tear it down.
What did you say?
The demolition crew thought the entire boiler house at the former Air Force Base would come down like a row of dominoes, but reality turned out to be very different.
That's gotta be it. How? There we go.
Let's move the hummingbird. I know which.
In Las Vegas, land is worth a fortune, and buildings stand so close together that even the smallest mistake can lead to disaster.
Look at that piece that didn't come. You see it?
The 12-story Clarion Hotel and Casino was brought down fairly successfully, but part of the structure didn't fully collapse, and not all of the debris landed exactly within the planned zone. This legendary venue is the 80,000-seat Silverdome Stadium in Pontiac, Michigan. Hundreds of people gathered to watch it being demolished, expecting an epic collapse. But the blast on the upper section turned out to be a complete failure. Just a few small puffs of smoke, more like a regular fireworks show. Later, the contractor explained that about 10% of the charges had failed to detonate, leaving the load-bearing supports intact.
There's more room for air.
Right. I was doing a big 2-story, like an idiot by myself, out boonies of Electric County. And
Oh, there goes. Golly.
Probably not what he had in mind.
Yep.
However, we can get to it.
It looked spectacular, but the engineers had clearly expected a lot more. More than 600 kilograms of explosives were used to demolish a power plant in Austria, yet the main structure was still left standing after the blast. The engineers who built it knew what they were doing. Even the explosion couldn't shake the coal mine's headframe.
That worked.
Oh no! The elevator shaft's still there.
Over 100 kilograms of explosives were used in the demolition, and the main part of the Dallas building did collapse. But the reinforced concrete core around the elevator shaft refused to fall, staying upright at a sharp angle. It quickly became viral online. People nicknamed it the Leaning Tower of Dallas, and crowds came to take photos and even have picnics nearby. The unexpected landmark remained there for 2 more weeks until crews finished it off with a crane and a heavy wrecking ball. This office building was supposed to be brought down with a single precise blast, but 40 kilograms of explosives turned out not to be enough. A controlled demolition in a densely built-up urban area is a complex science, and success does not always come on the first try. The Broadway steel arch bridge over the Arkansas River turned out to be far stronger than anyone expected. Even though it was built in 1923, a century later it was still able to survive an explosion that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to set up.
Back there, on the back there.
It's frustrating to see such a big gap between the expected results and what actually happened. The calculations showed that blowing up this power plant in Canada should have caused both the large smokestack and the central section to collapse. Yet, either the building proved stronger than the engineers had predicted, or the charges weren't placed with enough precision, and the critical parts were still standing.
Ah, apareció. There it goes. Oh.
Back up.
A terrifying moment caught by a lucky bystander. The excavator's cable snapped and the massive wrecking ball went rogue. Thankfully, it smashed into the building, not the cars on the road.
इतना बड़ा वहाँ से वहाँ तक ट्रेन को जब बांध के टिकट से रखा